Hi, good morning. Happy Wednesday. This is going to be the last live that I do for 2021, and I'm super excited that you have decided to join me here today. My name is Eva Medilek. I am a high performance coach and a cultural inclusivity coach, and every Wednesday morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time in the United States, I come on live to share some tools, wisdom, insights. Not that I'm the wisest person in the world, believe me, I am not, but just things that will help you move forward in your life so that you can be the best that you can be. And so I wanted to talk to you about today is ways that we can develop what's called like a grounded confidence. And talking about, how our feelings can be expensive. Feelings actually sabotage your success. So how can you move through life in a grounded way that your feelings don't prevent you from having the results that you want in your life, the relationships that you want in your life, the money that you want to attract into your life, the success that you want to achieve in your life and business? For close to 40 years, I was a dental hygienist. I worked for a dentist and worked in the dental field. And when I moved out to California, I was working in New York. When I moved out to California, I was working for a dentist in San Francisco. And she was what you would call a nice person, a fun person to be around, but a horrible boss. Have any of you experienced having horrible bosses, or maybe have somebody in your life that has a horrible boss? I mean, if any of you have experienced that, just put me in the chat. That you've had a boss that was just not emotionally mature, not emotionally grounded, and walked through life really in kind of an immature, reactive way that's led by how they feel that particular day. And so, on Facebook, a memory popped up from 9 years ago where I had posted that the woman I worked for, I asked her if she was going to be doing something for the staff for Christmas. And she said, no, nothing. And so I asked her why. And she said, because I'm depressed. And I'm like, okay, because you're depressed, you're not going to do anything for the people who've helped you make money all year long and actually put up with your emotional and verbal abuse. And she was heels dug in. That's right. And I remember thinking to myself, what a selfish way to live. And not selfish in a good way, because there's good selfish and there's bad selfish. But there is, I'm sorry, I just got distracted here. You know what? Please don't promote yourself on my Facebook Live. Do your own promotion on your own live. Let's be in integrity, guys. Really, it's really says a lot about you if you come on someone else's channel and they're live and you start promoting your own stuff without permission. So now that we've cleaned that up, I was talking about, my boss. And so here's the thing. She was a horrible boss because whatever was going on in her personal life, she brought into the office and she took it out on everyone. She was yelling, screaming, emotionally abusive. A lot of the girls got sick, eventually left at some point because, there was this, I don't want to say love hate, but, it was like when she was good, she was really great to be around when she was in a good mood. But when she wasn't, she really took it out on everybody. And my point of sharing that with you is she also lost patience, her patients, her clients, if you will, because of how she would show up, and they would see her yelling at the staff and be so embarrassed herself that they would leave and have their dental work done elsewhere. So when you don't have a level of emotional maturity and groundedness in your life, it causes you to act in a certain way that really doesn't shine you in your best light is the kindest thing that I can say that. You're lacking this emotional groundedness that has you act in integrity in spite of what your feelings are going on inside of you. And so that's why I was mentioning how feelings sabotage your success. Feelings are expensive. You lose when you are led by your feelings because your feelings are rarely aligned with what's best for you. And most of us, most of you, dare I say, most of the world are losing the battle to your feelings. So, for a lot of people, this is a holiday time and a time of celebration, a time of being with family. If you we still have this now Omicron virus surge where some people may not be choosing to gather with people outside of their immediate bubble or their immediate home. Whatever the case is for you, whether you celebrate or not, whether you're gathering or not, there may be situations where certain feelings get the best of you or get the best of others that are around you. And so here's something that I want to help you keep in mind. I actually have something I want to gift you. Let me put it in here. What is it? If you go to evamedilek.com/PWOB, that's Powerful Ways of Being. It's a guidebook that I put together. It's a downloadable PDF that will help you learn how to act in spite of your feelings, and act for the best integrity and outcome that you want. So somebody asked, how do we rise above feelings? Well, first of all, I would say pause, because most people let their feelings get the best of them when they are not when they are lacking self-care, when they are tired, exhausted, stressed, overwhelmed, whatever is going on with your life. You don't have the emotional groundedness that you need to make the best decisions despite of what you're feeling. So here's what I mean by that. You don't have to ignore, suppress, deny your feelings. I'm all about feeling your feelings, but it's the action that you take that makes all of the difference here. So when I'm all in my feelings, I actually, and this is a tip you could use, I actually take a break. If I can, I'll take a walk. I'm quiet. I shut down. I don't want to say shut down. That sounds really wrong. But what I do is I don't have reactions or responses. I take a minute. And if somebody is needing an answer right now, I ask permission, can I have time to think about what's coming up for me and digest it? And then ask yourself some powerful questions about what story is going through your head that's creating these feelings. Most of us are triggered and have feelings that cause us not to act in the right action of integrity based on some earlier life experiences, based on it reminded me, for example, it could remind you of how your mother yelled at you when you were young and or didn't pay attention to you or whatever. Some of these feelings have their roots in some of our early life experiences. So you get a chance, an opportunity to take a look at where those feelings are coming from and what you think the person's right intention is. I'll share a little story with you. A number of years ago, I was training for an endurance challenge. I hired a coach. There was about, 40 of us in this endurance challenge, and we were required to do a certain number of workouts every day. And every 10 days, we would get the next 10 days of workouts. So in some cases, depending upon where I was working or if I had to travel or take a flight, I had to get up really early to get my workout in or do it at the end of the day or in a hotel room or one. And so I was really at my age, I was, already well into my 50s. I was really proud of myself for the level of dedication that I put to this endurance challenge. And I remember we were at a party, my husband and I, obviously before COVID, and I heard him talking about me. And what he said was, "My wife is crazy. She's getting up at 5 a.m., doing these crazy workouts and blah, 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 blah." And I remember hearing those words and they hurt my heart. My feelings just, I, I was like hurt, devastated. Like, why is he calling me crazy? I'm taking on a challenge with a lot of much younger people. And, I felt, why isn't he proud of me? Why is he calling me crazy? And even thinking of it now, I start to tear up a little bit because it really hurt my heart. As when my daughter was 5 years old, she would say, it hurt my heart. And so, I talked to him about it afterwards. And here's what I said. And this is something that, if you download my guide, this will help you in managing a lot of the feelings that are coming up. And I looked at him and I said, first of all, asked if it was a good time to talk to him because I needed to talk to him about something. But I also said, because you don't want to talk to anybody when they're tired, hungry, cranky, hangry, whatever you want to call it. Wait for a good time. And I remember saying to him, I said, look, I know you love me and I know you wouldn't intentionally hurt me. But when you said X, Y, and Z to so and so, it really hurt me. And I know you didn't mean for it to hurt me. I really gave him the benefit of the doubt because I don't think my husband or anybody's husband wakes up, or spouse or partner wakes up thinking, what are ways that I can hurt the person I love every day? I don't think that's the case. And, when I shared it with him like that, he was so apologetic. And I was like, oh my God, I had no idea. Thank you for letting me know. I'm sorry. And the next opportunity he had to speak about what I was doing, it was with joy and pride. I'm so proud of my wife. She gets up every morning at 5 a.m. and does this workout for this challenge she's doing. And so that changed how he showed up based on how I showed up. Now, my knee jerk reaction would have been silent treatment, shut down. He should know that I'm upset about what he said, actually expecting him to read my mind and approaching him in a way like, how dare could you say that? Why can't you be proud of me? And go all accusatory, right? So I share that with you is because we have a power of choice in how we react, which is usually not the best thing to do, or respond, which is responsible response in any situation. And that will affect the outcome. I call it my S plus R equals R. You've got the S, which is your situation, plus your middle R, which is your reaction or your response, equals the last R, your results. You have a power of choice in that middle R, whether you react or respond. You have the power to be grounded in your response so that you can change the trajectory of the outcome and really form more connected relationships. So I'm going to put that, just copy and paste this, evamedelec.com/PWOB. See if that goes in. I didn't do the H. So just copy and paste that in your browser. It's a free guide, might help you get through some end of year holiday challenges you have in your in some of your relationships. So let me just see if there's any questions on here. Here, Jay, actually, what about when employers cannot let certain emotions or events go and the energy from the past resonates and compounds onto the earth? Yeah, that's a problem, Jay. That's exactly the problem I had with my boss. And all I can control is myself. And all you can control is yourself, how you react and respond. Because when you match someone's negative energy, that has an effect on your health, your well-being, and how you show up in life. You have a choice to rise above. With my boss, I had the grounded confidence where, excuse me, I didn't really care if she fired me. I really didn't, because I was building my own entrepreneurial journey on the side. So I had a level of grounded confidence that some of my other coworkers didn't have because they needed the job. And so I would say if your bosses, your employers, treatment of you and the situation um, affects your health, you've really got to step up your self care and have some habits and practices that protect your energy. That's the advice I would give for that. Let's see if there's any other question. What do you do when people constantly bully or attack you? I would ask you why, if you have a choice of removing yourself from environments where people bully or attack you. You know, bullying is a thing. And so there's online, you know, we get to curate our environment if we can. And so if you're talking about people in your family, I have a situation with a family member who has very abusive language towards me. And I've chosen no longer to be in communication with that family member. And, you know, my point is sometimes we have to make tough decisions to move ourselves out of those situations where people are um, don't have a handle on their own emotions, and it's creating that negative energy. Because I'm sure, Genesis, that it was tough on you, that it affected your health, your well-being. Yeah, of course, you got sick from it and you had no choice but to leave. You know, we can't control other people, but we can control what we do. And one of the reasons that I am an entrepreneur now is because of that boss. That boss gave me the inspiration and motivation never to work for anyone else again but myself. And it took a number of years. I was actually in her employ for about nine years before I finally left. But at the same time, I had the confidence that I was building something better to go to. And so Genesis, I wish you the best. Hope you recover, and hope you are in a more nurturing environment for your health, your well-being, and your relationships. So, guys, have a happy new year, a great, happy celebration of whatever it is you're celebrating. If you're celebrating anything this year, you know, at this time of year, like a lot of the world is. And thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for participating in the chat. Thank you for listening and for being loyal followers and subscribers to my Facebook page. And I hope some of the content that I'm sharing has been helpful to you in the years, and I hope to continue to serve you in that way moving forward in 2022. So have a great rest of your year, and I will see you next year.